Coming to you from Manchester, you're watching New Hampshire's #1 source for news. Next.
The search continues on the Massachusetts coast for any sign of JFK Jr.'s plane. As families mourn, we'll take a look back at the lives of Carolyn and Lauren Bissett. And the Space Shuttle Columbia gears up for a historic mission.
Live from the WMUR Broadcast Center. This is New Hampshire's WMUR News 9 at noon.
And good afternoon, I'm Vince Lewis. What started out as a rescue mission has now turned into a search and recovery mission off the coast of Massachusetts. Rescue boats and helicopters are back out over the water and in the water near Martha's Vineyard today, searching for any clues from the plane piloted by John F. Kennedy Jr. that is believed to have gone down late Friday night. We want to get the very latest on the investigation live from Hyannisport. So reporting for us is ABC's Dean Staley. He's outside the family compound right now.
The Kennedy compound here in Hyannisport remains quiet at this hour. There has been no official comment from the Kennedy family since word came yesterday that John F. Kennedy Jr. and his passengers are presumed dead. Coast Guard crews are back at sea this morning, continuing the search for the wreckage of the plane that was carrying John F. Kennedy Jr., his wife, and her sister. The searchers are concentrating on 2 targets spotted by sonar on the ocean floor near Martha's Vineyard. But officials are quick to point out that there is no guarantee that either of those targets is the Kennedy plane.
We're trying to be sure that to control all the speculation that might be out there. We're trying to verify all of this information so it is put out once we can establish it as fact.
So far, search crews have had little luck. The 2-day search turned up only bits of debris, a piece of Lauren Bissett's luggage, but no substantial wreckage. A radio signal that searchers had hoped was an emergency beacon from the plane turned out to be a false alarm. The Kennedy family remains in seclusion at the Kennedy compound in Hyannisport, Massachusetts. They have offered no comment on the Coast Guard's grim news that the searchers no longer hold out any realistic hope of finding the plane's occupants alive.
Our posture this morning has switched from search and rescue to search and recovery, and we will now support Chairman Hall and the NTSB in their efforts to investigate the incident and determine the cause.
As the search continues, mourners are gathering outside Kennedy's apartment building in Manhattan. As the news of the couple's fate sinks in, New Yorkers are remembering them as good neighbors and good friends. The Coast Guard tells us that conditions are good for investigating the targets along the seafloor that may be the wreckage of John F. Kennedy Jr.'s plane. We are also told that a memorial service for JFK Jr., his wife, and his sister-in-law is planned for New York on Thursday. Reporting live from Hyannisport, Massachusetts, Dean Staley, ABC News. Now back to you.
You saw a little bit of this, but we want to give you a better look now at the signs of sadness that were evident outside the apartment of JFK Jr. and his wife in New York City. That is it right there. Flowers, candles, and other tributes left by a steady stream of mourners have turned the entrance of that building into an impromptu memorial. The Kennedys are not the only family suffering from this tragedy. The Bissett family, too, is mourning the loss of not 1, but 2 daughters. ABC's Deborah Roberts has more on the lives of Lauren Bissett and Carolyn Bissett Kennedy.
She was world famous, yet relatively unknown. Who was this 6-foot beauty who stole the heart of America's most eligible bachelor? Carolyn Bissett Kennedy's life began in the scenic community of Greenwich, Connecticut, where those who knew her are now saying prayers and remembering her joyful spirit.
Everybody loved Carolyn because she was a nice person to everybody, to the girls and the guys.
Carolyn was the youngest of 3 girls. Her sister Lauren, an investment banker traveling on the ill-fated flight, was an identical twin. At St. Mary's High, a Catholic school, Carolyn was voted the ultimate beautiful person. She went on to Boston University, following her mother's career with a degree in elementary education. But instead of the classroom, she landed in the glamorous fashion world as a publicist at Calvin Klein. Paul Wilmot hired her.
When I first met her, she was 23 years old, and I'm a senior vice president of a big fashion company, and she was totally at ease talking to me in the interview, and I knew that we had to hire her within a minute of her being in the office.
In 1994, Carolyn began dating John F. Kennedy Jr. Suddenly, the private life she cherished dissolved under the glare of the media spotlight.
She didn't always like the media attention. She could be, you know, tough in a way.
Photographer Larry Schwartzwald captured this early intimate moment between the young couple at an automatic banking machine. What were your perceptions about her when you first saw her?
You just saw the chemistry between them, and she looked very protective towards him as well. She was very, very vulnerable, very sensitive, and very emotional person from what I saw of her.
Carolyn had a very funny sense of humor by most accounts, and she also had a very good sense of irony, as far as I can tell, and her friends have said that about her.
Gossip columnist Jeannie McIntosh saw a different side of the new Mrs. Kennedy. She's written extensively about the dashing young couple, including about their secret wedding in September of 1996, in which they outfoxed the paparazzi who never discovered their wedding plans.
He's as close, you know, as we have to American royalty, if you want to put it that way, and she's his wife.
They were young and beautiful, a couple who dazzled so many. Today, the world is waking up to the harsh reality that they are likely gone forever.
The loss, we will be speaking about this loss for many, many years to come.
For Good Morning America, Deborah Roberts, ABC News.
And be sure to keep it right here on WMUR ABC 9 for the latest on the search and recovery mission for John F. Kennedy Jr.'s plane. Local news now. Manchester police are investigating a fatal crash this noon on the city's west side involving a truck and a bicyclist. WMUR's Ray Brewer joins us now from that scene with more. Ray?
Vince, traffic is beginning to flow a bit normally now here on 2nd Street. That is if you're heading southbound. Northbound, however, is still blocked. You can see workers from Clean Harbors Environmental Services removing the last remnants of this morning's fatal accident. According to police, 46-year-old James Arno of North Attleboro, Massachusetts, was driving a truck heading north on 2nd Street when a collision occurred with a bicyclist. The bicyclist was killed on impact. The man, who is reportedly a white male in his 40s, has not yet been publicly identified, pending notification of next of kin. Police say at this point that drugs, alcohol, or speed do not appear to be factors, and they've just completed the first phase of interviews with witnesses.
The investigators only got brief statements from them. It's my understanding that you know, they may have been pretty shaken up from what they observed. So basically what we did was got a quick statement from them, identified them, we'll let them go on their way and settle down with things, and we'll recontact them later today, hopefully get them into the station where we can conduct a more thorough interview with them.
Now, police say this accident occurred shortly after 8, and they're asking anyone who may have witnessed it to give the Manchester Police Department a call. Reporting live in Manchester, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Authorities are looking for an inmate who walked away from the state prison in Laconia during the night. Laconia police say 35-year-old David Faulkner of Manchester was reported missing from the minimum security unit shortly before 11:30. Faulkner was serving time for burglary. After a weekend of steamy, hot weather, many are hoping for a little relief. We want to show you now the scene out at Hampton Beach. This is a live shot as many seek relief from the heat and the humidity. And speaking of some relief, when do you think we might see some? Let's check in with meteorologist Chris Thomas. He's in our weather center right now.
Depends where you are across the state. It could be in the next 2 minutes or the next 2 hours, but showers and thunderstorms are getting ready to move through and make a real dent in this hot, humid weather. But first of all, one of the big things we're concerned with when it gets this warm is the air quality. The air quality across most of New Hampshire now is in the good category. However, it is bordering on moderately unhelpful in the southern areas. But the reason that it's getting better, number one, is because we had a lot of cloud cover and temperatures were not allowed to get super hot today. However, the areas that are the hottest would have to be the southeastern interior part of the state, away from the coastline, away from the clouds, up north and off to the west. Speaking of which, those clouds do contain some pretty strong thunderstorms just off to our south. Could be some badly needed moisture for us. Look at these temps in the 80s now in Concord and Keene, but you look off to the north and west, already dipping into the 70s. And the dew points that are very high and humid here in New Hampshire are definitely falling off up to our north and west. Does that mean a sign of drier and cooler times ahead? We'll have your forecast details in a few moments.
And there's so much more to come on News 9 at noon. The space shuttle Columbia prepares for a historic mission. We're going to tell you about that coming up next. This, as another historic space mission, is being remembered. Those stories are straight ahead, so stay with us.
You're watching News 9 at noon.
It's Toyota's Great Summer Sales Event, where you could get a Tacoma 4x4, get cash back, and save up to $3,400. Or you could lease a Tacoma now for only $199 a month. And it's a great time to make your best deal in a Tundra, Toyota's all-new full-size four-door V8 pickup. Now's the time to see your New England Toyota dealer.
It's a great time for driving a new Toyota, and here comes the one.
But hurry, the Great Summer Sales Event ends August 2nd.
Announcing the Positively Free. You'll pay no monthly fee, no minimum balance required, no sneaky fine print. You won't find it at your bank. No transaction limits. Even we can't believe how free this is.
As you can see, it's just very important to us at Bank of New Hampshire for you to understand our checking is free.
And truly free. Checking.
To open your Simply Free checking account, visit any branch or call us.
Call 1-800-987-9094. Even the call is free.
Thanks.
Pride, such a simple word, but nothing could mean more for New Hampshire.
From the crystal clear lakes
to the white mountains rise,
we're always in touch,
sharing our pride. No one knows New Hampshire like we do.
For the great taste of fresh seafood, everybody's favorite is Nuix. This week, enjoy a special $9.99 combo dinner value, like fried shrimp and haddock filet, or Nuix baked stuffed shrimp and broiled swordfish combo, also $9.99. And at Nuix, you eat free on your birthday, up to a $10 value.
When you want great seafood, come to Nuix. We have the best and freshest seafood around.
In Merrimack, Dover, in Hampton, New Hampshire, and South Portland, Maine.
Wanna come back to Nuix Seafood Restaurants? It's always fresh from the shore.
At 175 miles an hour, auto racing is a very demanding sport. It takes lightning-quick reaction and concentration to keep this truck on the track.
Even at 65 miles an hour, it takes a clear head to stay out of trouble on the road.
Driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol can turn your car into a deadly weapon.
If you choose to drive under the influence, you could kill your dreams and destroy your future.
Take it from us. On the raceway or the highway, drugs will slow you down and take you out of the race. For us, motorsports motivates. The track you choose is up to you.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Dave Allen, located on Route 28 in Derry.
Apollo 12 astronaut Pete Conrad will be laid to rest today at Arlington National Cemetery. Conrad was the third man to walk on the moon. The 69-year-old died earlier this month in a motorcycle accident in Southern California. The former Navy captain will be buried with full military honors. He went into space 4 times, twice during the Gemini program in the mid-60s, as commander of Apollo 12 in 1969, and as commander of NASA's Skylab space station in 1973. Final preparations are underway for the launch of the space shuttle Columbia. Air Force Colonel Eileen Collins is the first woman to command an American spacecraft. She will lead her crew on a mission to deploy a $1.5 billion X-ray telescope into space. This is the heaviest telescope ever carried by the shuttle. Columbia is expected to launch shortly after 12:30 a.m. on Tuesday at the Kennedy Space Center. A new stamp has been launched in remembrance of past space missions. The stamp was unveiled at the Kennedy Space Center this morning, commemorating the Apollo missions and man's first walk on the moon. The stamp features a footprint in the moon dust and the phrase, "Man walks on the moon." A very exciting time in our history.
That's 30 years ago, you know?
It is amazing, isn't it?
Wow.
So much has happened
Yes,
since.
it has. And so much is happening even now. Within 30 minutes, the temperature could drop about 10 degrees in some favored locales. And you are favored, trust me.
So typical of the New England weather.
Oh, isn't it?
All right, we'll get the full forecast from Chris in just a moment. And then a little later on, an old drug has some new life-saving benefits. That story is coming up soon, so stay with us.
At Doble's, we're celebrating our 44th year in business with a sizzling 60-day summer sale. Now through July 31st, more than 400 Chevys and Buicks have been marked to their lowest possible dollar ever. This is one hot birthday party you don't want to miss.
Like new Trackers for 0 down and $199 a month. Blazers for $289 a month with 0 down. And Buick Centuries for just $269 a month and 0 down.
Stop in and register to win a '99 Chevy Cavalier. Come celebrate Doble's 44th anniversary with our 60-day summer sale. Now through July 31st.
Giving blood is one of the most unselfish things you can do for someone you don't even know, but that doesn't mean it can't be fun, too. Stop by the center of New Hampshire July 22nd or 23rd for the WMUR-WGIR Blood Drive. This blood drive is sure to be like no other you've ever seen, with raffles and giveaways every hour, plus tons of surprises you'll have to see for yourself. Don't miss this opportunity to help save a life and have a great time doing it. WMUR-TV, ABC 9, your community connection.
What if I want to drive as fast as I can?
What if I don't want to act my age?
What if instead of growing older,
we just want to keep growing?
Whatever the future holds for you, you can rest assured there's a healthcare organization looking forward to tomorrow as much as you are.
What if I plan on living another 75 years?
What if you didn't have to worry about healthcare? Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Meet me where the summer's just around the bend. Meet me at the Dairy Queen, where the feeling never ends. Meet me at DQ.
I love chocolate, so I go for DQ's new frozen hot chocolate. All that smooth cocoa fudge and great DQ soft serve. And right now, it's only $1.99. There's lots of other great Glacier smoothies, too. But for me, it's the frozen hot chocolate. This stuff's heaven.
And meet me at DQ.
Hi, this is Bill from the Christmas Farm Inn in beautiful Jackson, New Hampshire. We put together a midweek package that we know you're going to love. For a limited time, stay 3 nights at our regular rate and save 10% off your total bill. Or stay 4 nights and get your 5th night free. Choose either package, and if you're a New Hampshire resident, receive a dozen red roses with our compliments. Whether you enjoy hiking, biking, tennis, or just relaxing, make your next getaway one to remember. The Christmas Farm Inn, the inn for all seasons. Call 1-800-HIGH-ELVES.
Morning, the best people.
Here we go.
Good morning, America. The best news coverage, the best place. Diane Sawyer, Charles Gibson. Come see why the best mornings are on ABC.
Now, meteorologist Chris Thomas with your New Hampshire weather.
Good afternoon, everyone. We take a look at Meredith, where the skies are darkening, the breeze is freshening, and showers are on the way, so is relief. Just about an hour away for you folks in Meredith. By the way, if you're out at the beach, keep a close eye to the sky, because in the next couple of hours in Portsmouth, you're going to get some action as well from the sky, that being showers or thunderstorms. UV index of a 6. Your next high tide comes up at 5:24 this afternoon. We just passed the low tide. The next one coming up your way at 11:53 tonight, in case you're going to do some moonlight action. Pollen is at a 4, which is moderate to low, but the mold is severe. Your major allergens, grass, weeds, and mold. We take a look at the satellite and radar picture across the country, and we do have a line of some strong thunderstorms, most of which are going to miss us and move off to the south. That's good news. We're not going to get any severe weather. However, we could get some well-needed moisture from this particular batch moving through up to the north, which is coming in from the north and from the west. As a matter of fact, it's been cloudy up in the north country most of the day with light rain falling. And boy, what a job that's done on temperatures up to the north. A completely different day. But to the south, we have had some sunshine, especially in the southern and eastern part of the state. But the showers are moving in on schedule, and there are even a few thunderstorms off to our west. We take a look up in the north country, and you can see those showers pretty much well spread across the region. We do have a few thunder shower cells starting to move in through Vermont. And to the south, well, you know, pretty much the same story. We're dry now, but those showers are not all that far away at all. As a matter of fact, you can see right now, it looks like some of the showers have indeed moved in through the lower and upper valley, and the thunder showers are not all that far behind. Look what it's done to temperatures. 80s where it's been sunny, but 70s where those showers are either falling or have moved through. The dew point also falling into the 50s. That's the invigorating category, where dew point in the 60s are generally humid. Now, if I had gone on the air this morning and said that your temperature range was going to be 69 to 85. I don't think I could have gotten away with that, but it's an amazing state we live in, how much cooler it is getting up to the north, and eventually that cool air is going to start to work in to the south as well, especially for tomorrow, starting overnight tonight. She'll lay a satellite picture showing that batch of clouds sitting on top of us, and eventually that batch of clouds will move through with the scattered showers and the thunderstorms, starting up north as it is already, and moving its way to the south, and an invigorating blast of Canadian air works in for tomorrow. Eventually the humid air might try to make a return run at us for later on in the week, but for the middle of the week looks great. Partly sunny, a bit humid, hazy with some scattered thunderstorms today, 79 to 86. Now tonight, skies will clear. We'll have some patchy fog and the humidity will drop 55 to 64. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, bright, dry, absolutely beautiful. 74 to 82 with the cooler weather at the coastline. And as we take a look at our extended outlook the next 5 days, mostly sunny for both tomorrow and for Wednesday. Just a few fair weather clouds dotting the sky. Thursday, well, partly sunny and maybe a late day shower. Could be an early morning thunder shower and then clearing out for Friday, but your temperature is nothing extreme. Nothing like we saw over the weekend with highs in the mid to upper 90s and extremely high humidity. Even when the humidity works back in by week's end, your temperatures will only be in the lower 80s, which is where we should be for this time of year. So we're not doing all that bad. And the good news is that the severe weather is going to stay well to ourselves. So we get the cooler weather at no expense, or at the expense of some badly needed rain, I guess.
Oh, all right. Well, all good news then.
Okay.
Chris, thank you very much. Give that microphone a rest. That is his microphone, not your television, folks, and we apologize for that. Let's check on Wall Street before we take our break right now. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down nearly 28 points. Trading is light this noon. And still to come, a drug that's been around for years has some new benefits that could save your life. We'll have the details when we come right back.
It's Toyota's Great Summer Sales Event, where you can drive a new Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car, for just $229 a month. Or combine cash back with an extra value package and save up to $1,000 on an LE. Or get a great summer deal now on a Camry CE and save up to $1,500. Now's the time to see your New England Toyota dealer.
It's a great time for driving a new Toyota, and here comes the one.
But hurry, the Great Summer Sales Event ends August 2nd.
Whoa, boys. Hi, I'm Don Rondo. Years ago, harness makers and wheelwrights made accessories and equipment for horses and wagons. Cover your wagon with a new truck cap, custom fitted and painted to match your pickup. Available at this special price for a limited time only at Ronson's. So come to Ronson's. If your truck won't start, get a horse. Get up, boys. My dad would have had my hide if I didn't treat you right. Ronson's. Everything to make your car and truck look better and last longer.
Life is full of reasons to celebrate with TCBY ice cream. Reaching a goal. A hard day at work. Life-changing moments. Because it's Tuesday. And another year in your birthday suit. Revel in a 3-scoop ice cream sundae, now only $1.99 at your TCBY treat shop. TCBY ice cream. It's time to celebrate.
The first Lincoln automobiles rolled off assembly lines in 1920, 1 year after Maurice Grant opened what was to become State Motors. A lot has changed, and at State Motors, the Grant family is proud to have shared 80 years of evolution with the automobile. One thing that hasn't changed is our dedication to our customers and our old-fashioned personal style of doing business. Thank you for all you've done to help make us the top volume Lincoln Mercury dealer in New Hampshire, Maine, and Vermont. The Grant family State Motors, DW Highway North in Manchester.
Are you looking for quality leather furniture? Do you like a lot of choices? Do you like to browse and be inspired? Don't miss the leather sale at Longo's Furniture and Bedding. Genuine Italian leather, soft, supple, stylish, sensuous. And on sale at New Hampshire's largest furniture showroom. Leather sofas, leather chairs, leather sectionals, and more. And when you're looking for leather, you want Longo's Furniture and Bedding on the DW Highway North in Manchester.
There is news about a drug that can dramatically help patients with heart failure. The editors of the most prestigious medical journals, one of them anyway, the New England Journal of Medicine, thought it was so important they're releasing it ahead of its scheduled publication date. CNN's Rhonda Rowland has more now.
A drug that's been around for 30 years called Aldactin can save lives and help keep heart failure patients out of the hospital. The findings in this study are so dramatic, the prestigious New England Journal of Medicine is releasing them on its website several months ahead of the study's scheduled publication. Researchers found when added to the standard therapy that includes ACE inhibitors, Aldactin reduced heart failure deaths by 30% and hospitalizations by 36%.
This has a tremendous benefit to the patient, but it also has tremendous public health benefit because this drug has been around for 30 years and it's available right now in the drugstores and it's very, very cheap.
And the drug appears to be safe. The research conducted in 15 countries included over 1,600 patients with advanced heart failure, patients like Mazo Lark, who are in the hospital because their condition is so serious.
My stomach, short breath, and I just had all kinds of, had a part of purpose sleeping.
Until now, there was little doctors could offer these patients except to put them on a heart transplant waiting list. Almost 5 million Americans suffer from this condition, where the heart is damaged or weakened by a heart attack or high blood pressure. Cardiologist Dr. Andrew Smith says the new findings are changing how he treats his patients.
This type of therapy helps prevent the fluid retention, helps prevent the swelling, eases their breathing at night. They're able to do more.
Dennis Streeter was just added to the heart transplant waiting list. He will now start taking Aldactin.
It's going to benefit me by keeping the water off me, and therefore I feel much better.
Researchers suggest patients with heart failure ask their doctors if Aldactin can benefit them. The drug's available now, and it's inexpensive. The next step is to find out if Aldactin can also help patients with mild heart failure live longer. Rhonda Rowland, CNN, Atlanta.
Hey, good health news there, and we've saved enough time at the end so we can recap our weather now with Chris.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we are actually looking at rain showers breaking out across the western part of the state right now. It's been raining up north for about an hour or so, and I'll tell you what, that means that the cool down has begun. So a few scattered showers. That looks like the severe weather is going to hang off to our south today, and those temperatures that make an initial foray through the 80s will be falling back through the 70s this afternoon. And tomorrow, Wednesday, beautiful, mostly sunny, just a few puffy fair weather clouds, the types that do nothing but just make the afternoon look so beautiful. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s, maybe a little bit more humid by week's end, but nothing like we saw over the weekend. Thank goodness.
That short term looks outstanding next 2 days. All right, guys. Thank you so much. That's all the time we have for this noon. Thanks for being with us. Make sure you stay with News 9 for all the latest news, weather, and sports, beginning with News 9, first at 4. Until then, have yourself a good afternoon.
More New Hampshire viewers get their news from WMUR News 9 than from any other news source. Now broadcasting in digital on WMUR DT, Channel 59.
New England Saab Superstore has done it again. An incredible offer on 99 Saab 9.3 SE 5-doors while supplies last. They're all fully equipped with automatic, leather, electric sunroof, climate control, and much more for just $279 a month. 99 Saab 9.3 SE 5-doors. Original MSRP over $33,000, now just $279 a month for only 24 months. Hurry, they're available strictly on a first-come, first-served basis, only at Saab Nashua North on Daniel Webster Highway in Merrimack.
Do you know what all these kids have in common? They just had their braces removed, and they feel great about their beautiful new smile. And so does Stacy's mom, who also had her braces removed. When you look better, you feel more confident. At Orthodontic Associates of New England, the doctors want to make sure children and adults have beautiful, healthy smiles. There's no down payment, and monthly payments are only $109. For an appointment in Lowell, Chelmsford, or the new office in Nashua, call 1-800-4-BRACES today.
Community Spotlight, a look at what's going on in New Hampshire. Brought to you by KFC and WMUR TV.
Do you have an RV or a boat that's not getting much use and is costing you money? Well, call 1-800-CONSIGN and let the brokerage specialist at Route 125 RV and Marine help you turn it into cash. They can sell your underused RV or boat hassle-free, giving you cash in your pocket quickly. Pickup is free anywhere in New England, and our team of experienced professionals will do what it takes to make your RV or boat sell. So call the brokerage specialist at Route 125 RV and Marine and turn that underused RV or boat into quick cash. Call 1-800-CONSIGN today.
Come in today for the C.A. Hoyt Company Premium Leather Savings Event. You'll find genuine top-grain leather sofas, sectionals, recliners, and much more.
Can look better. The pill does not protect against HIV or sexually transmitted diseases. Serious risks include blood clot, stroke, and heart attack. Cigarette smoking increases these risks, especially if you're a smoker over 35. Women who use the pill are urged not to smoke. Women who have blood clots, certain cancers, a history of heart attack or stroke, and those who could be pregnant should not use the pill. For more information, talk to your healthcare provider.
Look, if you want to take the pill, why not take the only one that helps your skin look better? Orthotricycline.
What attracted me to George when I first met him was his smile. Now that there's just the two of us in the house, we'll have a lot more quiet time together. I don't know if we're ready for so much undivided attention. You start to notice all the little things, like that shirt he insists on wearing all the time. It looks older than our kids. Maybe I could give it a little resuscitation.
For clothes that are so dingy and stained they're practically unwearable, there's new Tide with activated hydrogen peroxide. Its deep cleaning action goes beyond leading regular detergents to help rejuvenate even your oldest clothes.
George and I are having a great time together. I think we're getting the hang of this marriage thing.
The coolest people play McDonald's new codename game, inspired by Disney's new movie, Inspector Gadget. To play, check the wrapper from a beefy quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh man, my wrapper!
The codename game is only at McDonald's, and the movie is only in theaters. Collect the right 3 letters like SUV, and you win a rugged new Chevy Tahoe. Or you could instantly win one of 64 million prizes. So do what you gotta do to play, because winning is cool.
Can you come back tomorrow?
The codename game. Did somebody say McDonald's?